Yo, what's going on, guys? So my name is Dylan Stenson. I'm 24 years old. Just started in life insurance a year and a half ago. I was able to buy my first ever car as a C8 Corvette. How is that even possible? So first off, I want to give glory to God. Without God, none of this would be possible whatsoever. If I look back to about a year and a half ago, I was nowhere where I'm at right now. So I want to first off give glory to God. Yeah, so a year ago, I was in school. I was going to classes I didn't really like too much. Classes I just felt like I really wasn't learning too much. So I was doing that. I was driving around in actually my parents' Nissan. So I was driving around in that, just going to school. Sometimes I would walk to school because the car would just, it would break down. So I was going to school. I was working as a cashier. I was as a cashier at Sam's Club. So yeah, that's where I was a year and a half ago. Before I started doing this, I just saw a bunch of kids who were 20 years old. I was followed a bunch of them on Instagram, and I just saw a bunch of kids who were, they post on their stories, popped a $1,000 sale, $2,000 sale, and I was just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Then I started to see like paychecks. I wasn't sure necessarily like what it was, had no idea what the opportunity was about. Started asking some questions, and I found out it was about life insurance. At that time, I was just like, life insurance, it's super, super boring. How is there money being made in life insurance? But yeah, there's a lot of kids in their 20s who are making very, very good money. And so I just decided to kind of jump into it and see what it was about. Started asking some questions. At the time, I was still in class at the time, still going to school. And I was working as a cashier at the time, so I had to find a way to balance because I needed to make money. So I had to do that. I had to go to school. And I was also trying to jump into this, trying to figure out how to balance like those three things. And eventually I just decided to literally just stop going to class because I didn't like it anyways. So I stopped going to class. I needed just enough money to be able to pay for food, be able to pay for rent. At that point, if I had enough money for that, I figured I would just drop out, go all in. All I needed to do was just make one sale. If I just make one sale and I just continue to do that, took a bet on myself, took a risk, because it's really not a risk. The risk is staying where you're currently at, which is where I was at. So I knew the real risk was literally just staying, working as a cashier, making like 12 bucks an hour, going to classes I didn't like, just living the same monotonous day, doing the same things, going to the same class. I didn't really like it too much. So it was almost like fear of staying where I was at. And also the opportunity drove me into it. Like, it wasn't even necessarily, it was like the opportunity, it was like an opportunity I'd never seen before, but it was also where I was at, where I wasn't making good money. I was in classes I didn't like. And eventually I just decided to just go all in on it. Yeah, at the start, it was tricky trying to balance. I was living with some people at the time because I was in college. So I was living with some people that maybe weren't the best for what I was trying to achieve with this opportunity. I wasn't really in the best of environments. So I had to like break a lease to like get a new lease to live literally by myself with couple random people because I needed to have an area where I could just focus and go all in on this opportunity. And so the start was there's a lot of things at play. There's a lot of moving in this area, lowering down my hours. I was working as a cashier. I had to change my schedule around so I could go to like the interview, so I could try and figure out how to go to trainings, how to literally just trying to go all in on it, but I needed to make money at the time. So at the start, it was just a balance of trying to go all in on it, but knowing that like I had to put myself in a situation where I knew I could go all in on it. There's no possible way I could let it fail. I just wanted to put myself in an environment where I knew that there would be no distractions like whatsoever. I needed to make sure that my health, like I had everything like on point because I knew that this was an opportunity that I'd never seen before. Now, after I started, it was more so just the skill of learning really how to sell life insurance. So like I didn't know how to sell life insurance. I didn't even know what life insurance, like I didn't even know what it meant. I didn't even know what it meant for a policy to pay out. So like if a policy pays out, that means that money goes to their family when they die. I didn't know what that meant. All I knew was that there was a bunch of kids who were making good money, and I was very, very curious. I was a student. I started asking questions about like just literally what it was, and just found out through that. A big thing for me at the start, I'm a naturally introverted person. I'm very, very I like to keep to myself. So a big thing for life insurance, we have to meet with people like every day. We have to conversate with them. We have to, form a good relationship with them, because they're not only buying the product, which is the life insurance, but they're also buying you. So a big thing that I had to learn was literally just dropping any sort of ego, dropping your ego and just having a very, very coachable spirit, just jumping into it, knowing that mistakes are going to happen, and literally just knowing that whatever happens, I'm just going to think long term with this. I'm just going to think long term with it and think, okay, where can I be a month from now? Where can I be a year from now? And just knowing that I'm going to make mistakes. The only way to have success is by learning from failures. So like the road to success is never it's always an uphill battle. So I knew that I had to just drop my ego and know that I'm going to mess up, no matter what that felt like, no matter if it felt painful in that time. Just not worrying about what people thought about me, not worrying about, all right, this person hangs up on me, or this person, they cuss me out on the phone, or just whatever it was. I just knew that I had to let go of all that, and just knew that I'm going to learn from it and grow from it. And then ultimately, a year from now, where can I be? Virtual sales, the reason why it worked for me and the reason why it works for the people who have success, why it works is because the people who have the most success, they just go all in on the opportunity. They're not dipping their feet in, they're just jumping right in the pool. They're just going all in on it. The reason why I would say it worked for me is because I had literally no plan B. My plan B was plan A. There's no backup plan. It was just, this is what I'm doing, because I've never seen an opportunity where kids who were in their 20s were making $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 in a week. And so the reason why I'd say it worked for me is because I just went all in on it, and I didn't care what people thought. I didn't care what people said about the company. I just trusted in the fact that other people are doing it, so why can't I do it as well? There's a lot of unfair advantages in this opportunity. Not only is there's free leads. We get leads provided by the company, which is a blessing. We get free scripts that top people in our company, they write up. It's approved by the company, and then we just literally have to read it. So we get free leads, we get free script. Also, we get free training from the top producers within the company. You don't have to pay for training. You just get brought in by the top people. Those top people will train you up, and as long as you give your 100%, there's no reason why top people won't give you their 100%. Just a matter of who is going to show up day in, day out, have a good attitude, have good effort, and just be able to be very, very coachable, have a teachable spirit. Those are the people who have the most success. So yeah, we get free leads, free script, and then also being able to work virtually. We have worked from multiple different locations. We can work from comfort of our home. We've gone to Las Vegas, we've worked there. We've gone to Miami. We've gone to Vail, Colorado. We went to Dubai. You can work from anywhere. You just need a laptop, Wi-Fi, and cell phone, and just a hard work ethic. I feel like, I don't know if it was necessarily a money mindset. It was more so just I want to do something literally I want to do something great with my life. I just want to be able to dominate in some sort of area. I just want to become successful. I just wanted to have a lot of success, whether that was becoming an athlete, whether that was becoming a gym, like a power lifter, competing in powerlifting. I just wanted to have success, but I started to realize that those things, like becoming a competitive power lifter, that's not going to be able to provide for my family like long term. Like I want to like run it up. I want to run up the numbers. So for me, when I saw people who were making that kind of money, that was like the exact vessel I needed to be able to put that same drive and that same work ethic into something that would allow me to become financially successful. So yeah, if you watch this all the way till the end, you must have a similar mindset. Maybe you're someone who is money motivated, you have a drive to become successful. You just need maybe like a vessel of where to put that into. I was the same way. I had a drive to become successful. I just really didn't know where to put that into, and this business allowed for me to do that. So yeah, so if you're interested in learning more, you can go ahead and click the link in the description here. You can follow me on Instagram. I post there pretty regularly, and then if you're interested in learning more as well, we'll post some more videos on here. So yeah, subscribe, and then we'll catch you in the next one.